Hi guys, welcome to another installment of OcoDB Tutor. Today I'm going to take you guys through basically this is an introduction into performance tuning for Oco 11G. I have a Oco Express Edition installed on my computer, and I'm going to take you guys through how to use SQL Developer to basically kind of get a sense of what's going on anytime you issue an inquiry. So the first thing I do is I will start my SQL Developer software application. Okay, and also in terms of SQL Developer, I have videos on how to get it get it installed on your desktop. So as you guys can see, I already have I have a number of accounts already created, or a number of connections. And one of the connections I have is actually the HR, which is the HR schema. It's a sample schema that comes with your Oracle installation. So I'm gonna connect to the HR schema. Right click, connect, put in my password, and I am in. So basically, if I in terms of the HR schema, what I would do is I'm just gonna give you a sense of what objects I have. So first common issue is select table name from user underscore tables, and then I'm going to run that query. You use this button to run your query, to run your statement, and these are the objects that I have. So basically, I have, these are the options that I'll be demonstrating to you guys, like how Oracle goes about querying data sets from these tables. So what I'll do is I'm going to issue a query now. So let's say and also one more before I do that, I'm going to specifically work with the employees table and the departments table. So the first thing I'll do is I will first query the employees table to actually to get you guys to see what columns are a part of the two tables. So the first table I'm going to query is the departments table. I'm going to describe it, and basically these are the different columns that I have: department ID, department name, manager ID, and location ID. And also what I'll do is I'm going to query, I need to have this open. So I'm going to query, I just query departments. I'm going to query describe the employees table, if you guys can remember. I'm going to describe the employees table, and then these are the columns for the employees table. And last time, the first thing that I did, again, you guys can remember, I select table name from user underscore tables. Okay, these are different objects that I have. Basically associated with the HR user. So the reason why I have these two tables, basically the structure for these two tables. The reason why I have it I queried them is because I'm gonna now issue a query where I'm gonna retrieve information from these columns, and then I'm gonna join these two tables to basically get you guys a sense of again how Oracle goes about breaking down basically everything that you have in your SQL query. So I will for this one, actually first thing I'll do is I'm gonna select, and then I'm gonna select on the department. From the department side, I'm gonna select the department ID, and I'm also gonna select the first name and the last name for the user. So the way to go about doing that is select department underscore ID comma, last name, comma, and actually, you know what? No. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys a trick. This is the concatenation character. So once you do that, you're gonna concatenate to column to column objects. So I'm gonna concatenate the last name and the first name to give you guys the person's name. So first underscore name as employee name from employees, comma, department, and I'm gonna run that query. Whatever on employees, departments. Last name, first name as employees, departments. If you ever have an issue with your query, just try to fix it one step at a time. So let's see if taking this part out actually give me okay. So that's not the problem. Okay, you know what? I know what the problem is. So okay, what I'll do is the mistake that I made is I did not assign a character reference for my table. So employees and departments, these are the two like they're gonna be referred to as Oracle is gonna see them as END, so like character substitutes, and then I'm gonna put E that first name, E that last name, and then D that department ID. There you go. So, and actually what I should have done is, so in terms of concatenation, like the reason why it looks strange is because like I did not put space in between my single quotations. So what I'll do now is I just revise that, put space in there, and then run my query again, and then this is the information that I have. Basically what I'll do now is I will actually so in terms of performance tuning, so you want to know basically what happens with Oracle. Like you just issue the query, but what's going on internally, right? The way to go about figuring that out is you have to basically put in before the query, you have to type in explain plan, and you guys can see SQL developer is actually trying to just give me like tips on how to basically write my query. So it comes in handy when you guys get used to basically what SQL, like just relying on recommendations for to write your queries. So I'm going to issue an explain plan for let me do this. HR create explain plan. I'm going to submit it. Explain plan was successful. And then what I'll do now is I will actually I'm gonna open up a new window, and then what I'm gonna do is I am actually gonna, in this new window, I'm gonna write select star from table, open paren. I'm gonna type in DBMS underscore. This is a package that you use to get the plan that you the explain plan, to actually be able to read the explain plan that Oracle basically use for your query. So this is that, and then that I'm gonna and slash display. I'm gonna close, and I'm gonna issue the one I'm gonna click on the button, and then as you guys can see, basically this is how Oracle goes about sorting your query. If you guys look at the query that I have, so what did I do in my query, right? Let me close this one out. Let's see. Yeah, let me so what did Oracle do? So what am I'm actually okay, there you go. So what's Oracle doing? I have these two. This is what Oracle's doing internally. So if you guys look at, I'm querying the department ID, right? And I'm also querying the last name, the first name. But what is Oracle doing internally? Oracle is actually going to my So because the department ID is a primary key, basically what it did is it just basically the optimizer looked inside the table, the department's table, and was able to find the department ID because there's a primary key on it, and also the same thing for the employee name. Basically, the optimizer again just went in and found the index. So basically, the thing is, if you have a if the index is actually like already created within the table. So basically, what optimizer does is it looks for that index, and then basically just brings you back like it brings back the data set much quicker when you have an index on your on an object, as opposed to you not having an index. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna have a full table scan for that object, and basically that's again, when you have a full table scan, you have a lot of resources being used. So and then also one of the things that you guys will notice is that there's this thing called a merge join, basically a Cartesian join. So this is referring to these two tables that I have here at the end. Basically, the reason why, again, Cartesian joins are just like no condition, just like joins that basically not having thing in common. So you just but you're just merging them for the purpose of having a result set. So basically what I'll do now is I will actually just I'm gonna make the query a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna basically, let me bring this down. Okay, there you go. And what I'll do is I'm actually gonna introduce the word clause where that department underscore ID equals D dot department underscore ID, and then let's see what goes on after this. Okay, actually, there you go. Okay, and I'm gonna run that query, the DBMX the display procedure again. So again, one of the things that you guys are gonna learn with in terms of the Oracle script, basically not Oracle script, but like the Oracle internal like object, right? So you have package and you have procedures. The DBMS explain is a package and display is a procedure. So I'm gonna refer to this one, as I just showed you, package and as a procedure. The reason why I have sys here is because this is not an object that belongs to me. This is not an object that belongs to this is DBA. So I have to prefix it with the user with that user's username. So I'm gonna run this query again, and then as you guys can see, what the results shows me now is that basically in terms of how the optimizer again, the optimizer is the internal process that basically does the sorting for you in terms of basically figuring out what to get the data sets, and then basically and then how to like where to look, what to look for. That's what the optimizer is responsible is that's the responsibility of optimizer inside your Oracle software. So and then also remember you guys. So what I just did is basically I just again index fast full scan because I already have a an index on my on the employee name, and yeah, I already have these two indexes. What I really wanted to do was I actually wanted to, and also if you guys yeah, let me do this. I'm gonna complicate this a little bit more. I'm gonna add a d that department underscore name, and as I showed you guys earlier, this is just another column name for that's part of the departments table. So I'm gonna run this query, and I'm gonna run this again, and then so in terms of basically so the reason why I included the department's name is I wanted to get you guys to see like how Oracle just works everything out internally. So you have basically like the access from the access is actually starts out with the departments table. So this is the first object that's examined, and then basically let me see. So yeah, it's the first object that's examined, and then you have it goes for the it goes to the departments table because again I have this object in here, the department name, so it goes there, and then the next one is the department ID, and basically again it already has an index for it because the primary key, as you guys can see, is the department ID primary key, and then again for in terms of like additional so this is actually tied in, the index full scan is actually tied in with what's taking place basically sort of like at this level, where basically everything is just like being fast tracked because you have an index on those objects. Okay, and then what I'll do now is I'm actually going to complicate it just a little bit more, and I'm gonna add in a and clause, and I'm gonna put in an e that department underscore ID equals select next or min department underscore ID from department. Okay, let's see what it does. Missing inspection, and select min department Just give me 1 second, guys. Where do I go on this play? Select min department ID from departments. department ID, select main, department ID from departments. That's not it. Departments D, department ID. Actually, you know what? Let me prefix it with D. Let's see if that works. Department ID equals select main. Do wrong here. Missing expression. Select main, department ID from departments. Actually, you know what? Because this is a subquery, what I should have done is I should have placed this entire query or select statement in parentheses. So let me try that again. There you go, plan succeeded. Let me run so you guys can see here at the bottom. There you go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back up here and run again I'm gonna call this my procedure again, the display procedure. And then here what happens is that basically just going back to what I told you guys. So here you have what's being accessed. You have the departments table and the employees table that are being accessed by the optimizer, and then you have what I queried for was the department ID that's being again queried, or that's being looked for, and also basically so as you guys can see on this one, the department's ID is actually basically leading. Is actually I'm looking into the departments table first, and then I'm doing the sorting from the departments table, and basically okay. And also here, if you guys can, so what happens is that basically I included a min. This is a single function. Basically this is what this index is for, and then the index is actually so the optimizer is looking for this index that's part of the primary key. So basically, and then it just uses the function that you have in front of it. So this is the first thing that's done, because this is this is like, again, from the way that query is sorted, you start from all the way from the very last line, and you go back to the top. In terms of, especially when you talk about subqueries, you need to have this data first to be able to basically so like match it with like whichever data set you have on on the opposite end of the equal sign. So this is going to be sorted first, the min and max, and then this is going to be sorted after that. This is going to be sorted, the employees, and then that is again, if you guys got to look at the bottom here, like it just tells you the different accesses. So you have here you have the min that's being accessed, and you also have the department ID being accessed. And okay, what I'll do now is I'm gonna see if I can make a point by changing my prefix. I put in E, and then let me do this. I'm gonna print this. I'm gonna print this page, and I'm gonna show you guys how the optimizer basically functions differently when you have let's say like different type prefixes on your object. So I'm gonna run this query again, and it succeeded. I'm gonna run this, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys my like what this thing looked like before. So Okay. Again, you have like one of the things that these two have in common is like actually, you know what? Yeah. One of the things they have in common is like you have you know like again what's being queried for. So again, the access is the same. You know, the departments that will be access, and also the employees that will be access. And but if you look at the bottom, um, basically here at the bottom we have you are basically relying on the let me see if I can make this point. Left full scan, okay. So that good. Index new game. Okay, okay. They look just about the same, but there's a major difference. Index range scan. Okay, if you guys can see, yeah, they look just about the same. It's just about like where they're placed on this in the hierarchy, right? So basically here I'm calling for the department table, and here I'm calling for the employees with the prefix E for the employees table, and then basically and here you have again the priority is being given to the you know I guess you can say like the department on primary key um, and basically in here basically priority is not I mean basically you still rely on a primary key, but it's just a matter of which you know which one the optimizer prioritizes. So basically like you just have again like the two tables that are being queried, and then you have actually here. What you guys are gonna see is that like here it's actually just like it's a nested loop, and that's on the D, like on the when I'm playing with the D prefix, and then here this is actually a join, and then here you have a sort join that's taking place. So basically, the reason why I pointed out is basically like in terms of querying for your querying for your data set, you just gotta this is what Oracle is doing internally when you issue a a statement, a SQL statement. It's actually breaking it down pieces by pieces, and then so it starts with you know like things that are fundamental to your query, such as the single function subquery, and then it's gonna work its way back all the way to the top. And also again, this is just an explain plan, which is this is also fundamental for your understanding of performance tuning. So if you can just like get used to using the explain plan to get a sense of what Oracle is doing, which is query, then you can maybe let's say if you have a full table scan for an object, maybe what you can do is actually create an index for that object, and take some of the stress away from the optimizer, so it doesn't have to do so much work and use so many resources. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.